It's Eugenia from Art Meltemi, and today we're going to be making another little bird. uh, so I have made my drawing. It's ready to go. I have masked it on a board. Also, I will attach this drawing on at the description below, so you can print it if you wish, and then we can paint together. I have prepared my palette here. I haven't actually sprayed yet, so I'll do it now. With my Phoenix watercolors. They're activating very fast, so they would be ready to go in a second. I've got my 2 jars of clean water. I've got my brushes, a size 10 and a size 8. My hummingbird one. I don't know how they call it. I'm calling it hummingbird. It's not a hummingbird, but it's got a very nice long point. Like the hummingbirds, they have nice long pointy beak. A size 5 liner, and my clean palettes, all clean, nice and clean. We cleaned them the other day and we made the bookmarks. So yeah, and we are all ready, set, go. I cannot put the picture of the actual bird because I have downloaded from a free reference site on Facebook, a group that I belong to, but I haven't asked for permission to use it on the internet. So I want I want to attach the photo, but the drawing is okay. It's fine to you can download the drawing and then you can follow my steps. So let's start it. How we're gonna start today? I'm gonna start, I think, with the wings again, and the bird. Probably I will start with the body of the bird slowly. It is more brown in this area, so I'm gonna go and get some burnt ombre and some ochre. And I will start putting some color. Oh, I forgot to mention that it is the paper that I'm using. It's this hot press Strathmore 500 series. It's the pre-cut version, 5 by 7 inches. It is. I'm gonna show you quickly. It is this one. I really like it. It's 100% cotton. It behaves really nice. So for the moment, I'm using that a lot. We'll just put a light wash on our bird, on the tummy, not everywhere, because there's a bit of blue going on the wings. So we preserve the areas, the bright areas that the blue will go. It's a little bit more watery because it's brighter, lighter brown, almost gray. So we'll do a little bit glazing there. Oops, I think I have I shouldn't put here. This is a bright area, so I'm gonna just try to keep it light. The colors I'm using is the Phoenix watercolors from the tubes. They are very forgiving, they are lifting very easily, and they're reactivating very easily. So if I do a little mistake, it's not the end of the world. They let me reactivate it, and I soften the edges, I soften the blooms. I can do all of these sort of things. Well, here looks a little bit more stubborn, this area, but okay. So yeah, on the head and on this area here, there is a bit of blue there. It's like a greeny blue, turquoise, but not exactly turquoise. So what I'll do, I'll get some phthalo blue and a little bit phthalo green, mix them together, end up with a turquoise, and this is a nice color for this bird. The birds have really, when they have blues and reds, they're very bright. Maybe not as bad as this one, this color that I created, but it's okay because I will put a little bit ochre maybe on the top after, and we'll tone it down. See, as soon it touches a little bit of brown, my blue is not clean anymore. Not as bright anymore. Just a touch of brown, not much. It does need a little bit darker, so I'm gonna just put a touch of Painter's Grey, really watery and light pigment, not everywhere, just close to the nose and leave it on the top. Clean the brush, spread it. Oh, it's a good glue. And if we go back here, Today it's another very hot day in Australia, and especially for me being at the attic ladder here in the attic, it's very hot, and that's the reason that I couldn't come and work any earlier. It was very hot. It's working in here, so I had to wait to cool down a little bit. And it's actually night now that I'm recording. Not too late, but it is night. Normally I don't. I prefer to paint and to do my art during the day. But today couldn't happen. Extremely hot up here. And I don't have a condition because I did ask for a condition, but it didn't happen for me. I don't think my husband believes that I'm gonna be painting up here. Anyway, we're not getting too many hot days in Australia. Or here in Melbourne, like during the year. So I should be okay. Or hopefully I will get another atelier somewhere else that it's not in the roof and the thing doesn't get too hot. But for the moment that's what I've got, and that's what I'm working with. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, as the artists, we always like to, as long as we like to make art, it doesn't matter where and when and how. We work under all conditions because we love what we do, don't we? Yes, we do. We do love our art, and that's why we're happy to paint in hot, in cold, no matter what. When everybody is telling us it's wasting time, why do you be bothered? Because I've heard that too a lot in my life. Yeah. Yeah, but we love it and we do it because we like it and we love it. And that's the reason. And anything else comes after. As long as we do what we like in life. And now I put a little watery blue with the painter's grey mix. And with the feathers, when we're doing little strokes, make sure that they are following the pattern of the the direction of the feathers of the bird. So when we're doing little lines like that to make it darker, So now I'm holding very little pigment on my brush and very watery paint, and I'm just going into little lines to show how the feathers, the direction of the feathers. And here I've done a little bloom with the student. Hopefully it will lift, and it does, which I'm really happy. That's what I like very much, this paints, because actually they can help you if you do a mistake. They help you to fix it. For this bed, it looks like I'm going to be using quite a bit paintless grey. So I've made another bird the other day, the orange one. Don't ask me for their names. I don't know their names. I just like the birds, and I decided to paint them and hang them at my corridor. So I will show you once I got a picture frame with three pictures, and now we're gonna make the three birds, and I will show you once I put them up on the wall. I will show you where I hung them. I like how it's coming up, the face of my little birdie. Well, my buddies would definitely be upset if they knew that I am painting other birds and not them. I've got 4 budgies. I had 5, but yeah, one of them unfortunately left us. So now I have 4 budgies and a sparrow, and they're very vain, and they very cheeky. And if they knew that I'm painting another bird and not them, they would be really upset with me. I'm gonna have to paint them too one day. Okay, maybe I shouldn't touch this the face any longer. I like it. Maybe I should concentrate a little bit on the body, and then I should start moving to the wings. So I'm doing always wet on dry technique with these small birds, because you can control it better. And it's very small area, these paintings. Now wet on wet, it's more for bigger paintings. Well, that's how it's working for me anyway. For this kind of work, we definitely need a very fine brush with very fine tip. If you try to do it with the bigger brushes, you're not gonna get the result with for the feathers. But sometimes when I start painting with the bigger brush, then I get sidetracked, and I continue, because even the bigger brushes, they have fine tip, but not as fine, and I continue with a bigger brush, and then I don't get the result that I want. And then I realize that I haven't switched to the smaller, finer tip brush. I don't know if it happens to you guys, but that's what happens to me sometimes. Now, because it's late and it's night, I have to be careful that I'm not gonna rush it. And so that's another thing that I have to be careful tonight. Because sometimes when we want to finish it for an next reason, or because we're in a hurry to go and do something, or if we're tired or very hot, like I am now, I want to finish it quickly and get out and go to the area with the air condition. I could rush it, and then my birdie will not look as happy and pretty. Okay, for the moment I think I should go and work a little bit on the wings, and then we'll go back to the body. I have built up a few layers on the body, so I think I'm in a good stage for the moment. I'll let it rest a bit, and we'll come back with more glazing. Okay, so the wings, they have lots of Payne's grey and blue. I will say the blue, kind of the phthalo blue. Now we'll put a touch of phthalo green. We'll make a nice dark turquoise. Maybe a touch of another blues, a touch of Payne's grey. Oh, that's perfect. Yes. So I will start from the feathers close to the body because they're darker. And now my brush is loaded with dark pigment. So I better go and do all the darks that I can see. And don't forget that each feather that we're doing, we have to follow the movement of that feather. So I'm doing wet on dry. Well, it looks like almost dry on dry because it's so hot that the pigment, my brush is drying up almost instantly. Now it is great that I'm using these Phoenix paints and they're reactivating, and I can, even if it dries up, I don't mind at all because I will go back in with a wet brush and I will reactivate them, and I will push the pigment to spray to where I want to, and I will keep the hard edge where I want to, and I will make soft edge where else I want to. It's great. So this order, now that I am I'm putting the colors, it is mainly for paints that they can get reactivated easily. So it depends how your paints are behaving. You might have to approach it a little bit different. It's a little bit too bright. Oops. The touch of paint is great. We'll sort it. Oops. No, this is a bit too dark. So now I won't be talking now for a little while. So I'm concentrating on these little feathers. So you might I might fast forward too, because I'm just doing now the same thing for all the feathers. I'm gonna just fast forward. we're almost at the end now. We're gonna put some highlights with white gouache. Paint the got Chinese white here. I'm not sure if that will it's pretty opaque, but we'll see if it works. Otherwise I'll get the gouache. I think it does it is doing this job. Yeah, pretty good actually. It's a little bit here and there, doesn't need a lot. And almost there. Just a few highlights to sort of play with the light. We have preserved the most of the brights. Um, Here and there is a bit of some areas to show that there is feathers. And I would say that we are done. I am pretty happy with it. Now, if I see in the meantime some little touch-ups, I will be doing them probably tomorrow. But in general, I think it is done. and I shouldn't be touching it too much. Let some corners that I will put a little bit more dark, just to make it stand out, like closer to the corners of where there's a junction of feathers, of lines, like here close to the wings, so that between the two wings and the body. And now what happens when we touch it too much, and we shouldn't. Why you don't learn my lesson? Less is more. Where am I gonna learn to do it? I'm saying it, but I'm not doing it. Okay. The big was so good, and now I have to go in and okay, I didn't ruin it, but almost. Yeah, definitely I should leave it the way it is. Excellent, that's it. Brush is down. And time to take off the masking. And all of a sudden it looks much more clean. Great, so this is our little bird for today. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like it and subscribe, hit the notification bell, so we can be in touch with the next painting. And thank you. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. I mean, I love birds. It is late at night, and I probably was a bit tired, and I didn't. I might wasn't so thorough in speaking and explaining everything. I do apologize for that. It's just very hot and late now here in Australia. Yeah, I did my best, and hopefully I will explain more at the next one. So thank you again for watching me, and I will see you again at my next video. Bye for now.